and it was good.
I used to go to Sonny's all the time.
I love Sonny's.
It dropped off for me.
Uh-oh.
I hated it when I was a kid, but I started liking it.
But in fairness to them, I haven't been back in probably a year and a half.
It's all got sugar and
but
all
I used
of it.
to. Well, that's
the
all
sauce.
restaurants have that. But I mean,
I only go to 2. I go to the one in Hawthorne that Sonny's daughter
owns.
owns.
Hawthorne's a very good one.
That Sonny's daughter owns that one. Sonny Tillman's daughter owns that one.
Another one in Lake City is really good.
Sonny's granddaughter and her husband run the one in Lake City.
Well, that's it.
And so if you go to ones that Sonny Tillman has his family still involved with, they're still very good.
I mean, there's just a world of difference. I'm just surprised. I just happened to go to Lake City and I said, wow, this is good.
The best place to get Sonny's barbecue now is to go to Sonny's place over in Alachua at his house when he has a cookout. Just go hang out with him and eat.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I got an open invite over there.
Oh, good. I'll go.
Speaking of,
this is so not healthy living talk, by the way.
I go every July 4th, so if you want to go with me, Lori, you can go with me July 4th. We can go to Sonny Tillman's house.
Here's the deal.
That'd
Tonight, I am going to eat chicken tonight. I'm going to the ARC King of the Wing.
Yes, you are.
Oh, that's going to be pretty.
King of the Wing.
Yeah, and now they have a pizza thing, too. I'm not
Prince
eating any
of
of
Pizza.
that. I'm not eating any pizza tonight.
They also have
Staying away from the wheat. Are you staying away from the wheat?
Yeah.
It's a great
I'm so proud
It's
of
a great
you.
fundraiser for ARC of Marion
It is
County.
a great fundraiser.
And I'm supporting them. That's the thing.
And
by the way, if you're out there and hear my voice, I'm going to tell you, if you like wings and you can get all you can eat, you go out to ARC on American.
It's a great deal.
If you hurry, you might still get a discount ticket. I doubt it. But anyway, it all goes to ARC.
It's like $20 a ticket.
25 when you go to the gate.
All you can eat.
It's very
and
good.
it's from wings from Mojo's will be there, Wing House will be there, Gators Dock. There'll be every restaurant you can think of.
I she's down to 5
wings.
now. But
She got 5 now.
Yeah.
Oh, but I heard too. They have if you like hot spicy.
Oh yeah.
Brendan put one in his mouth one year. He said he needed a fire extinguisher.
I've been there. I've had that
like
same
one. You literally.
Well, they
cannot
have
eat
3 different kinds of heat for each one.
Right.
So there used to be a barbecue place in Gainesville run by African Americans 50 years ago, and every fraternity boy went there after he took his date home on Saturday night, and we got the hot.
After he took the date home.
Of course, well, they had to be home by midnight, Laurie.
Oh,
gotta
right.
Understand, gotta
Like in the
understand that.
puritanical ages.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we don't go out till midnight.
Right, exactly. But the deal is this place is a barbecue place. I said, what do you got? He said, I got the hot, I got the super hot, I got the Super Sabre Jet.
Right.
Super Sabre Jet was the one to make you take off if you ate that
well,
stuff.
they right now, I do trivia every Monday night at Mojo's. And one of the funniest things about doing trivia there is inevitably, because it's all you can eat wings on Monday night, inevitably somebody will come in and they'll want take the challenge. And you have to sign a waiver to eat this wing. And then you should know this is not a safe ingestive thing for you when the cook that brings the wings to you is wearing sleeve gloves and all. Yeah, he looks like he's hazmat, got gloves on and everything, and tells you, put these gloves on to eat these wings because it'll burn your fingers, it'll burn your eyes and everything.
Yeah.
And people eat this all the time.
That might be a little much to JJ, man.
And
I love hot wings,
not that.
There's
I'm
3
not
of
about
them.
that life.
There's 3 of them. There's 3 wings, and I have yet to see anybody finish the second wing.
Only
out of 3. There's only 3 wings, and I've never seen anybody finish the second wing.
This makes sriracha sauce look like ketchup.
It does. It really does.
So who's that guy from?
It's ghost pepper oil is what they use.
Oh my god!
Bring the guy from the Travel Channel that eats all the amazing things.
It's ghost pepper oil. I mean, ghost pepper will if it's poured on you, it will burn your skin.
Yeah.
And people come in all the time and want to take the challenge, and I'm like. Whew. And then the worst thing they do is they drink water right after.
Worse.
It's just intensified.
Aren't you supposed to have like milk or something?
You're supposed to eat ice cream or milk or something.
So, Laurie, how do you make good wings? You're cooking. By the way, Laurie cooks all the time. And she cooks elaborate food. I mean, when she cooks dinner, like on Sunday, it's a 5-hour ordeal. I mean, she cooks and cooks and cooks and she cooks healthy. And she spends top dollar at Whole Foods or whatever, the best food. And she really works hard just to get her family.
I need to get my name changed to Martin so I can get invited to some of these Sunday dinners.
Yeah.
Well, it's really purely selfish. I like to eat. And I like to eat healthy, but it has to taste good or I'm not going to eat it. So, do what I can.
That's the challenge. Finding something healthy that tastes
challenge.
good. Well,
that's the challenge.
When you're trying to watch your food intake,
I got to feel good. It's got to taste good, and I got to feel good after I eat it. If I don't feel good, I'm not going to want to eat it.
Yeah. Speaking of healthy
eating, it's just not worth it.
I've started. I got this ground turkey kick I'm going on.
Oh,
Is there any way to make ground turkey taste better?
yeah, get ground chicken.
Yeah, make it chicken.
The ground chicken
has
is
more
better.
flavor.
Does it have
Especially
more-
if you get like the thighs. I'll tell you, you want a
'Cause the
really good
ground-
barbecue secret?
Because the ground chicken is right next to ground turkey.
You want a really good barbecue secret? You use thighs because they have so much flavor, and you slow cook them
And
on
moisture-
the grill
and moisture.
with barbecue
yeah, but
sauce.
they have bones. I'm not messing with
Take
those.
the bones out.
But you know what? If you slow cook it, the meat falls off the bone,
I
and it's
can't
so
even
cheap.
deal with the bone.
You can get a whole package of like 8 thighs for $2. Green wise.
Now he's getting his attention.
See?
Maybe he'll do that.
I'm serious. And there's a cookbook. God, I wish I could remember the guy's name. There's a cookbook. He's a culinary trained chef who decided barbecue was his thing, which is very lowbrow in the chef world. And he decided he was all about it. Went to New York City, started a restaurant. I think
It
it's
ain't the
called
guy with
Daisy
the- it ain't
Dukes.
the guy with the spiked hair. Is it?
No, he was on Oprah. I'll on the break. I'll look him up and tell you.
Got
But
a phone call real quick. You want to take it?
he's got a recipe for slow cooking. It's award-winning thighs that will knock your socks
And
off.
that's, by the way, the newest thing. Slow cooking is a hot thing right now.
Absolutely, slow
Let's
and
go
low.
to the phones and see
slow
who's
and
on there.
low.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
How you doing, guys? Say, I'm on my way to the Wing Fest.
all right.
All right.
The wife will be out there with Adam's Home and where she works, USI Insurance,
Yeah.
Awesome.
giving away cheesecakes and all our kind of goodies.
Great.
So you got to get out there and got to kind of harass your cholesterol a little bit tonight.
Hey, but where can you eat really tasty stuff and have it go to such a great cause, and all you can eat for $25?
And
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
nice beverages out there that Hugh knows about, too, from his hometown.
Nice.
Well, I hope there's going to be a little Miller out there, anyways. But I want to thank Tom for mentioning Wisconsin on one of the nicest places to live, because in our minds we are number one. Of course you got to kind of back down for Hawaii once in a while because it snows in the mountains up there in Hawaii, but you can't beat Wisconsin.
Well, Hugh, my dad's from Sparta, and my last name is Schmidt,
yeah.
so I know a thing or two about Wisconsin.
Very
Okay.
good.
Hey, Tom, Hugh, just in a bulletin, the 2 top places to live in America, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Statesboro, Georgia.
There you
just
go.
so you want to let
I'm
know that.
okay.
There you go. And I tell you, if you ever get up there, you got to go to the Harley exhibition. It's outstanding. I'm not really a motorcycle guy myself, but
Yeah.
it's a day's worth of enjoyment.
Are you going to go for the hot and spicy wing tonight?
I'm going to go for everything and see how far I can get down. I mean, as long as I got that bottle of beer in my one hand, I'll just try almost anything
You're
that's
good.
hot.
So what time does this shindig start?
6
It
o'clock.
starts
6 o'clock.
at 5 to 7. Yeah.
Okay.
5 to 7, that's right.
5 to 7, Arc Marion on Merricamp.
Yes. It's kind of like across the street from the new Publix.
Yeah, right.
Right,
exactly.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So,
Just drive until you see the big banner that says WOCA Radio, and it's
Yeah.
right there.
great.
Yeah, we're expecting Joe to be out there. He promised that he'd stop.
Joe
by the
Martone is
table.
going.
If there's free food around, Joe will be there, baby.
And maybe I'll see you out there too. Okay.
We'll be out. Listen,
have a
by the
great
way,
time.
I want to make you feel better. All is well. The Italian sausage has been returned.
Oh, very good.
You know about that?
Oh yeah, they're in the races.
Like an inside
Well, it was
joke.
stolen. No, the
No,
Italian
they-
sausage, which he runs the bases for the Brewers every
Somebody
year.
stole it.
Somebody stole the
the
sausage,
mascot costume.
Oh,
took
my-
it to a bar,
Yeah.
left it there, and said, "You sold nothing" to the bartender, and left. And then she called the cops, and they found where this has been missing for 48 hours. So
Yeah.
the Italian sausage is back.
Yeah.
Whew, I can sleep tonight.
You
There you
know, when you go to the games up there, which I do when I'm up there, you can't imagine the amount of gambling going on in the stands during that race. The $5, $10, $20 bills floating around.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable,
It's
and
a
everybody gets
tradition.
a big kick out of it.
Everybody's got their tradition, and Milwaukee's got their Italian sausage race.
Okay.
So,
Hope to see you out there
all
later
right,
on.
you. Thank you, buddy.
Have a good
Thank you.
time.
Appreciate it. All right, so we got off the food kick. I don't know.
I was going to talk about cultures, but this is much more fun.
Well, we can do this. We got a half hour to go. But anyway, barbecue. I'm not a huge barbecue fan. I mean, I can eat it. I like it kind of hot, but I'm not a person. Some people are like nuts for barbecue.
Right.
They say
I'm a huge
the
pulled pork
greatest
guy.
barbecue in the world is Kansas City. Some people swear that's
Right,
the best. Other
right.
people say no. South has the greatest barbecue,
Right.
and it's like 2 things people keep as a secret, as if we wanted to know about them.
Chili and barbecue.
Chili and barbecue.
That's it.
Hang on, I'm telling you. Oh no, I'm going to tell you my
I'm
recipe.
talking about-
Oh wait,
That's
man.
why I was surprised. Buddy and I were both at a meeting on Monday, and they were talking about chili and somebody's chili recipe. Somebody had the audacity to say, "Hey, can we get that recipe?"
No, I was there. They said, "We want to put it online." I said, no, I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, very protective of their recipes. All right, it's the bottom of the hour. We're going to talk pop culture and lots of other things. Telephone number if you want to check in with Laurie is 622-9622. That's a WOCA climate control hotline. Buddy Martin, Tom Schmitz, Laurie Martin, Gregory, and JJ here for you.
If you got any health questions, give us a call.
Sure, give us a call.
On 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time to crown the King of the Wing and the Prince of Pizza at the 7th Annual King of the Wing competition on Thursday, February 28th at ARC Marion, 2800 Southeast Mary Camp Road in Ocala. This event features all-you-can-eat wings and pizza from all over town. Advanced tickets are $20 for adults or $15 for kids. Proceeds benefit developmentally disabled adults at ARC Marion. Visit www.kingofthewing.com or call 352-351-2479 for more info.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Maureen Malloy Ferguson, the Senior Policy Advisor for the Catholic Association. She's coming on to speak to us about the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI.
Open for debate, where you get to choose the topic.
And then Winging It with your hosts, Brad Borsma and Josh Verdunk. They come in to answer your questions about what it takes to become a pilot from the Ocala Aviation Flight School.
John Sotomayor will be on the air with Ocala Magazine Radio, and his guests, State Representative Dennis Baxley and Mike Sizemore.
And then Mary Somerset will be with us. She's written a book called Letting Go for Fun and Profit, How Advances in Neuroscience Inspire Change.
Michael Jones is a professional animator whose credits include Hanna-Barbera, Filmation, Warner Brothers, Marvel Productions. He'll be on the air speaking about the new DVD series for children titled Theo, Teaching Children God's Word.
And then the Chris McKay Show, talking about good health and wellness from A to Z and everything in between. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
In this moment, who has your back? An insurance company delivering excellence during your claims process? Auto Owners Insurance has been recognized as highest in customer satisfaction with the Auto Insurance Claims Experience 5 years in a row by J.D. Power and Associates. For award information, go to jdpower.com. Let an Auto Owners independent insurance agency have your back, so when the unthinkable happens, you get the claims service you deserve. Call George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today, 352-732-3191.
Hello, this is Jeff Miller reminding you that this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Miller's Boating Center, your local Mercury dealer, will host our 22nd annual Boat Show and Fishing Expo. Meet fishing pros Shaw Grigsby, Terry Scroggins, Captain Rick Murphy, and more. Free fishing clinics all 3 days. Seminars by Humminbird and Minn Kota, and special discounted pricing throughout the store. Save money on over 200 new boats in stock from Carolina Skiff, Tidewater, Triton, Shearwater, Sea Arc, Alumacraft, Lowe, Sylvan Sun Chaser, and our newest additions, Actioncraft and Gatortail. Purchase any of these with a new Mercury outboard and receive a special Mercury Cellathon package. Special financing is available, free admission, parking, and prizes. For more information, go to millersboating.com or call 1-877-898-1466. Only at Miller's Boating Center, your award-winning Mercury dealer, 2 miles north of Ocala on Highway 441, helping you enjoy the water for over 30 years.
I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay.
All right, back Laurie Martin Gregory, talking food, pop culture. You know what? One day I want to go in search of the greatest hamburger. You know, because once in a while there's nothing like a
really
great hamburger when you
burger.
really want one.
I thought you said Five Guys.
Five Guys right now is the best in my opinion.
Yeah, I know one better.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Let me tell you,
delicious.
the Jappy Burger at Mojo's is really, really
Why
good.
are you trying to plug Mojo's?
I'm just telling you, it's good
They don't
hamburger.
give us any cash.
Dish is very good.
It's good hamburger. They give me cash every week.
Actually, no longer a sponsor, but Harry's had a good hamburger.
They did have a good hamburger.
Dish has a good burger.
Yeah, Dish is good.
Dish's good burger costs like $47.
No, it doesn't. You know
it
what?
doesn't.
They're
It
cheaper
doesn't.
than they have a good one down at Mark's. But
Yes,
it's
Mark's has a good
cheap,
burger.
But actually, Dish's is cheaper than Mark's.
And Dish's meat is grown here.
And I didn't know that till I had one out there. So,
Well, that Jappy Burger's they grind up jalapenos and put it in the burger.
Oh,
yeah, but here's the thing. How many of them have horse meat in them? But hopefully none. Of course, if you're going to have horse meat, this would be a great place to have it.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, not now.
Not
they all
now with the
got
They all got the herpes virus.
You're going to get a little extra something with your burger.
Yeah.
Does herpes? Never mind.
That's like for another show. All right, let's talk pop culture. Let's talk about post Oscars or whatever you want to talk about.
What do you want? What about post?
No, I don't know.
Oscars?
Just any final thoughts.
Well,
just let Laurie give her a final thoughts.
I do have one final thought. It kind of occurred to me. Why did Ben Affleck not get nominated by the Academy for Best Director? And I think I figured it out. And I think the reason is he had such a stellar actors cast with John Goodman and Alan Arkin and Bryan Cranston. And, you know, these actors make it look so easy because they're very well seasoned, they're very experienced. And a lot of the Hollywood community, I think, sort of looked at it as you kind of had an embarrassment of riches with the cast. How hard was it to really direct them? Because they're all very good.
Which is why coaches don't win Coach of the Year a lot of times on great teams.
No. This is why I'm not able to win an award here on this show.
Right.
Because you make it look so easy. And we make you look so good that it's really pretty simple.
Yeah.
But I do think that might be why he was sort of overlooked.
Interesting.
His cast
I
is
give
very
him
good.
credit for that. I give him the credit. I think that he was able to do that and get the actors. I think that's part of it. It's part of it. But listen, it's really hard to manage. I can't. That's why I think the gig on the Oscars is one of the hardest on television.
It is. I think
because you get so many egos.
And Seth MacFarlane is smart, I think, to say I'm done.
Well,
one and
Buddy,
done.
Buddy
who
said
wants
yesterday,
to do that again?
Buddy said yesterday. He talked about it yesterday. Tina Fey said, "Not on your life.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it."
It's a tough gig.
No.
But I did love Life of Pi, and I thought Ong Lee, he's an amazing director. But I do have some reservations about him winning the Oscar for Best Director when a lot of that film was CGI'd. And,
computer generated.
Yeah.
I know what that means, buddy.
But some people in the audience may not.
Right. Computer generated images. Like the tiger wasn't really in the boat on the ocean with him, So versus, giving it to him, and I do think the Academy tends to vote body of work, so they might have been leaning in that direction with him. But to vote that over Spielberg, who did such an incredible job, obviously, with Lincoln, and also Quentin Tarantino, who did an incredible job with Django. And I was so thrilled when Quentin won for Best Script. That was great. But so anyway, that's my final thought on the controversial Best Director category.
All right. What was your items on pop culture?
Well, there's 3 things that have popped up this week that are kind of interesting. One is this whole controversy at Yahoo with, I don't know if you all talked about this at all.
The female CEO who is mad about people working from home. VPN is a program used to work from home, and people who aren't working. So she said there'll be no more working at home.
Correct.
You got to come into the office.
Marissa Mayer, the CEO of Yahoo, has put an end to all work from home employees. My husband is a
there's-
work from home
Right.
computer guy. He uses VPN. So I really started digging into this story a little bit, and one of the controversies that's coming up is that, of course, she's a woman,
And
that's
she's
not very
telling-
empathetic
to women who have
who
children.
are children, and and how productive are you? Are you more productive if you work from home? Some people think you are.
Well,
you don't.
you know as well. I know a lot about VPN. I was married to a woman that VPN'd. She was a computer consultant for Oracle, and she VPN'd
Right.
all the time.
Right.
You can tell through VPN whether somebody is actually VPN and in it working,
Correct.
or whether nobody's VPN to work. Why didn't she just fire the people that weren't working?
I don't know. This is part of the question. And, she's waved the self-righteous flag somewhat.
Not somewhat.
Saying that when she went on maternity leave, she famously only took 2 weeks.
Right.
But what most people don't know is that she had the resources to actually have a nursery built off of her office.
Right.
In the office. So, some folks don't have
Not every
those
cubicle
resources.
has that.
Yeah, not every
That's
cubicle has a
correct.
crib.
So sure, if I could have my nursery built next to my office, I might take 2 weeks as well. But it's really bringing up a lot of issues, and some people are saying, well, that's a chauvinistic response. If a man had made this statement, then nobody would be questioning it. It's only because she's a woman.
No, if a man
So,
had made the statement, I think the women's groups would have went nuts over it.
I don't know.
About
Oh
you
yeah, if
denying-
he said something about maternity leave, people would flip.
But this isn't maternity leave. This
No.
is just no work from home at all.
Yeah, she said nobody, man or woman, nobody's working. You got to come in the office now. But
I think it's a mistake personally, because I think there's a lot of talent that you can gain. Plus, there's
I
no
don't
overhead. You lower your overhead.
I don't understand why she didn't just fire the people that weren't actually working. Why she just threw a blanket over everyone.
Well, her statement is she feels that there's a lot of creative value added of just the synergy of being in the same room, sharing information at the water cooler, and she really feels like that's what's best for
Seems a
Yahoo
little
at
outdated.
this time.
Seems a little outdated.
A little bit. I mean, I know, my husband's a computer engineer, and he works from home. He works probably 70 hours a week. He works more because he works from home than he would if he went into the office.
Certainly.
So, anyway, that was kind of an interesting story. My second little piece of pop culture for this week, I feel like Anthony Crispino. Did you hear about this one?
Pretty sure.
The fraternity at Emerson College that has raised money for its newest pledge to undergo sex reassignment
Transgender,
surgery. And double the funds have been raised for their newest recruit to have
their
this
newest pledge.
surgery.
Yeah.
And people are applauding them and sending in donations by the dozens because they feel that this is a very unusual behavior for a fraternity, what is considered stereotypical
Let me explain something
fraternity
to you.
behavior.
Tau Kappa Epsilon Lambda Upsilon chapter. We wouldn't have done that. Okay, let me just go ahead and tell you.
Wow.
The Lambda Upsilon chapter of
I
Tau
mean,
Kappa
No
Epsilon
one thought they would.
at Georgia Southern, we'd have passed the hat around probably
Where is this
for
college
a way
at?
to
It's
buy
in,
this.
it's in Boston,
Okay,
Emerson
exactly.
College.
Right, we'd have passed the hat around for a way to buy this guy out so he wouldn't be a pledge
So
anymore.
That's
why
not
do
going to
you-
happen in the South.
But why do
anytime
you think
soon.
this is happening? Do you think this is an attempt to sort of reverse this bullying problem
It's a
that
real
have
liberal school.
been in
probably.
schools?
No, I think that it's just the sign of the times that more and more is becoming acceptable to the masses.
I think it's kind of a novelty that they see it, as
may
a
be.
novelty
It
to
may be.
have
It may be.
somebody.
Maybe, ooh, look, it's something like we could buy at Spencer's, and but it's not us, but we can say we're part of it.
Buy it.
I want to
Spencer's.
believe they're doing it because they think it's a good thing to do, but I just don't quite
Yeah.
buy it.
It's
So
just, ooh, guess what I did?
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
that's kind of what
And
I
now,
was
is the
thinking.
third pop culture the greatest television show on TV?
It is.
Yeah, it is the greatest television show on TV. The Mindy Project.
I'm so glad that I turned you onto this and you actually watched it and see how brilliant it is.
It is brilliant.
It's brilliant, right? It's brilliant.
It is
Some of the best
brilliant.
writing I've ever seen on
And
television.
you know that one of the ways to gauge how good a show is the guests that they get that want to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, 2 nights ago when Seth Rogen was on the show. It was so great.
It's so funny.
It's really a great.
If you haven't
show.
seen it and you like
the premise is,
and you have a sense of humor, you really should check out the show.
It's a woman who spent most of her life into her adulthood becoming a doctor.
Right.
So she threw her social growth to the side.
Correct.
So she could become a doctor.
So now she's
now she's a doctor, and so her social growth is that of a 14-year-old in the medical world,
trying to meet a man and have a love life, but she's like a 14-year-old.
And everything is geared towards chick flicks and the outcomes of those. That's how she patterns her love life. But Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
That's her point of reference.
Yeah, that's her point of reference.
Yeah,
so.
it was.
Buddy, you should watch it.
It's very funny. And one of the lines, she made some reference that obviously revealed her age, which has to be late 30s, early 40s. And one of her assistants in the office said,
"You're that old?
How old are you? How old?" And she said,
"I'm fine.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine." That was her answer. I'm fine. So it's a very clever show. If you haven't checked it out, Tuesday nights, 9:30 on Fox. It's rumored to be on the chopping block, but I guarantee you some other network will pick it up.
The Mindy Project.
The Mindy Project. Enough said.
All right. We come back. We'll talk about something else happening in the world regarding pets and work. You might be surprised what's going on there. We'll talk to you about that next right here in the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Recently, I had a great conversation with General Manager Pat Murray on the special events at Country Club of Ocala.
We have a lot of special events here that are geared towards the family. Easter comes to mind. We have an Easter bunny who hops around on the driving range. We usually hide somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 eggs and turn them loose and let them go harvest the eggs. We have a great family celebration here on the 4th of July where it's a traditional cookout, if you will. And as the sun goes down, the driving range becomes alive with probably one of the better fireworks displays in the area. Breakfast with Santa is a big deal.
Country Club of Ocala, where the Easter Bunny, Santa, and all the children, large and small, are a big deal on every special occasion. For more information, call 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of the Monday Gator Report right here on The Source.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Why is everyone so obsessed with virtual reality and high definition? My neighbor came over yesterday to show me the photographs he took of the pansies and dianthus that I got from Kenny's Place Nursery. He had this electronic pad, and with the flip of his finger, he showed me these beautiful shots he took in my garden. And then he said, you can almost smell them. That's when I used my finger and motioned him to the garden, and then pointing with my cursor, also known as my finger, I pointed toward the real flowers from Kenny's Place Nursery, and I said, I can smell them. Instead of virtual reality, I enjoy real reality. But it is more than the beauty of the pansies and dianthus and more than their fragrance. It's the way they move in the breeze. It's the butterflies and bees that are attracted to them. You know, the plants I get from Kenny's Place Nursery from my garden in the real world provide me with an outdoor sanctuary to escape from that virtual world. Kenny's Place Nursery is located at 7677 Southeast 41st Court in Ocala. Give them a call at 867-1213. Kenny's Place Nursery, where the plants, the people, and the mission are all beautiful.
Hello, this is Jeff Miller reminding you that this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Miller's Boating Center, your local Mercury dealer, will host our 22nd annual Boat Show and Fishing Expo. Meet fishing pros Shaw Grigsby, Terry Scroggins, Captain Rick Murphy, and more. Free fishing clinics all 3 days. Seminars by Humminbird and Minn Kota, and special discounted pricing throughout the store. Save money on over 200 new boats in stock from Carolina Skiff, Tidewater, Triton, Shearwater, Sea Arc, Alumacraft, Lowe, Sylvan Sun Chaser, and our newest additions, Action Craft and Gatortail. Purchase any of these with a new Mercury outboard and receive a special Mercury Sellathon package. Special financing is available, free admission, parking, and prizes. For more information, go to millersboating.com or call 1-877-898-1466. Only at Miller's Boating Center, your award-winning Mercury dealer, 2 miles north of Ocala on Highway 441, helping you enjoy the water for over 30 years.
All right, final segment of the program called Voice of Ocala. Laurie Martin Gregory hanging out around another segment. Usually she goes to 45, but I want to get this little thing out because it's something I think is fascinating. You have chickens at your house.
I do.
You don't have any dogs or cats, whatever, but you have chickens, which Alexander feels is a pet, although they contribute to the household grocery budget.
They're for eggs. I'm not raising them to eat. I'm raising them for the eggs.
Well, there's a new thing, according to a Virginia Commonwealth study, that says people who bring their dogs to work produce lower levels of stress-causing hormone called cortisol. The study was published in the spring of last year, and you'd always like to know this, because at a dinnerware company in North Carolina, which has 20 to 30 dogs a day on the premises. And they found that the average stress level fell about 11% among workers who brought their dogs to work.
So I'm bringing Irk to work tomorrow.
So they
Not me. My stress would go up.
They increased 70% of those who did not. So there's scientific fact there.
Wait, 70% of those that didn't bring the dog, it increased?
Let me read the sentence again. You interrupted. I was trying to read it. Found average stress levels scores fell 11% among workers who had brought their dogs to work, while they increased 70% for those who did not.
Yeah, because the people who didn't got stressed about the dogs that were there.
Exactly.
They had dogs. They had dogs. No, there's a reason people do this, obviously. I know one physician in town who has a rescue dog, and is there particularly for the patients who come in that make them relax a little bit. So there's something to this this thing about pets that you make a connection to. That this one woman who's named Anne Marie De La Rosa, she works at a software company, and she says in Indianapolis, just when I'm stressed, I usually call Zoe Laboratory. I rub over here over and over. That's my therapy. So anyway, there's some value to pets, and I know you have other issues that I like animals.
I just don't think I need to be subjected to other people's pets when I'm at work.
So stay in your cubicle.
Oh, well, sure. Okay. And keep your dog in your cubicle.
No, my dog gets to run around free.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So who's really the pet?
Well, my dogs are my keeper.
Clearly.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Hey, let me ask you this. Who runs the Martin household? Joni, Buddy, or Rennie?
Oh, clearly the dog.
Rennie controls that household.
At the house, not at the work.
And incidentally, I got that dog from Laurie.
I know.
So
I know you did.
And you
so
know that dogs are your children until you have children, and then they become dogs.
But I don't have any children.
That's why these are your children.
And don't want any children.
But
I have my dogs.
The day that you become a father, your dogs will become dogs.
Let's think about what you said.
Time out.
Let me
speak on an issue since I know about that.
Because you were a father.
I was a father and a pet owner at the same time. So I know the difference between my children and my dogs. And I can tell you, I feel the same way about my dogs when I had children. So that didn't change any for me. You, on the other hand, you haven't had any, and your child is your dog.
I don't want any children. I'm good with my dogs.
Yeah,
That's good enough for me. I love children that I could give back to their parents.
Okay, so should I bring my child to work?
Yeah. I love when Alexander comes here.
No, you don't.
I do.
Because you know what? I would not.
We play cars out on a ladder.
You should not. Well, finally, because you have someone who's at your mental level that you can play with.
That's it, exactly.
So come on down, Alexander, and play. We've got out of time. All right, this is an interesting topic. We will talk again next week with Laurie. more about pop culture and health every Thursday here on the program at 4:15. So coming up on Buddy Sports Page next hour, we'll talk about see what JJ's got in his headlines. Also, we'll talk to Franz Beard about the current situation with the Gator basketball team. The hopes of getting a number 1 seed gone.
Corner kick as well, buddy.
Well, Michigan lost last night.
What's corner kick? Is that a new?
Nothing.
Corner kick.
It's a nothing segment.
Wait a minute.
I know
That's
somebody
that
who's going to be a big
show-
fan, by the way.
That's that show that Tom said in the promo he
Football.
didn't know why it was on the air. Right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
Football. Real
give it-
football.
Give it a real. All right. That's coming up next on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Commercial bank approval. Vehicle purchase price fixed rate allowance. Offers no combined.
Are you bored, tired, and disgusted with your old car?
Hey, this is Cupid, Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. I want you to love your car, so trade in the old car you hate.
Even if you're still making payments, even if you owe more than it's worth.
And I'll help you drive a nicer, newer car sooner than you ever thought possible. Plus, when you use your tax refund as a down payment, you'll get a lot nicer, newer car. So you can hook up with a car you love today.
Bad credit? Cupid got you down? Our For the People credit approval specialists are world-class matchmakers. They'll connect you with the lender most likely to approve your loan.
Hate your old car?
Dump it and fall in love with a nicer, newer car today, even if you owe more than it's worth or still making payments. Plus, turn your tax refund into your down payment and save a lot on a car you'll love.
Hurry, this love fest ends when we match 57 people with a car of their dreams. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me in Ocala or Bellevue.
Online at PrestigeSaysYes.com.
Or call 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Hi, I'm Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness, Ocala's premier small group and personal training fitness studio. Did you know you can achieve all your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight, getting fit, or training for a personal best, all with no membership fees? Have you ever been embarrassed or intimidated at a big gym because you're not a Greek god or a size 0 supermodel? Have you ever felt like your gym would rather you not even show up? At KMF, we have a team approach that focuses on small classes and personal training, and you'll feel like family, not just another number. No more boring treadmills or endless reps. Our classes are fun, energetic, and get you the results you want. And I should know, with the help of our great trainers, I lost over 100 pounds in 8 jean sizes, and I did it using no heavy equipment and no magic pills, just fun and effective workouts. And yes, I did say fun. Come join us at KMF. Visit our website at kmfocala.com or like us on Facebook. Again, that was kmfocala.com.
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, it's our business to make your business better. Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
Don't get caught in the dark. Call Tri-County Generators, LLC first at 1-800-622-1957, your authorized Generac dealer. Tri-County Generators are there when you need them with new generators for home standby, commercial, RV, and portable generators. They also service your existing systems. Now is the time to act. Be prepared before you have an emergency. Call Mike Gant today at 1-800-622-1957. That's 1-800-622-1957 for Tri-County Generators.
Say you'd like to grow a couple citrus trees, but you live in a home with a very small yard or just a patio or no yard at all? That problem is solved with the new dwarf citrus trees now at special prices only at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens during their spring garden show going on right now. These lush beauties are barely 5 feet tall, some bearing fruit right now, and they grow in a pot or on a tiny sliver of dirt. Bob has just received a truckload of these popular dwarf trees in several varieties, so check them out. Other fruit trees as low as $59.99 this week. This is during the Bob Wine Spring Sale. And with each tree, you'll get a flyer showing you just how to grow your tree into lots and lots of fruit. Don't miss this exciting event. Hundreds and hundreds of bargains, super low price this week only. The Spring Garden Sale at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 4. Truly a garden store like no other.
Don't ever miss a single edition of the Mike Huckabee Show. We're going to have a whole lot of fun talking the big issues of the day. We'll talk to the newsmakers and the issues that made them a newsmaker, as well as we'll bring you some entertainment, some fun. You never know what's going to happen on the Mike Huckabee Show. Don't miss it.
Join Mike Huckabee every weekday from noon to 3 exclusively on WOCA The Source.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Students not to put their smartphones away when they're in class. A Pew Research survey found more teachers are embracing digital technology in their lesson plans. Some are even giving pop quizzes by text. Last time it happened, about 600 years ago. Today, Pope Benedict resigned. The 85-year-old leader of the Roman Catholic Church says he's too old and in too poor health to do the job. He'll now be known as Pope Emeritus. When it comes to our health, marriage may be more than just a formality. A study published in the Journal of Health and Social Behavior says couples who take vows had better overall health. This latest study says that was the finding among straight and same-sex couples. Well, just because you're living out of a suitcase when you travel doesn't mean you can't be fashionable. The website Smart Traveler ranked the top 10 fashion faux pas to avoid. Sandals and socks, fanny packs, both made the list. Another suggestion: don't travel in a tracksuit. This is ABC News.
Introducing a faster way to push-to-talk. AT&T Enhanced Push-to-Talk. AT&T delivers more of what your business needs. Instant communication, up to 1,000 contacts, plus a broad array of devices and platforms. Visit your local AT&T store or call 1-877-981-3359 to get your business started today. You push-to-talk. We pushed it further. AT&T. Rethink possible.
New activations only requires 2-year commitment to eligible voice and data plans plus activation of AT&T Enhanced Push-to-Talk service.
Here we have a rare treat, the keeper of the forest, as some have coined her. Built to carry heavy loads long distances using minimal natural resources. Her coat of iron and steel keeps her safe. You can just feel the motherly instinct she has for her surroundings.
Sometimes the best things for nature come in unexpected forms. CSX trains move 1 ton of freight nearly 500 miles on a single gallon of fuel. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
How much time? 30? 30 seconds? I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Louis a bet here. See, Louis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the phone house at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
All right, welcome to Buddy Sports Page on a Thursday, getting close to the weekend. A few activities going on here. Honda Classic underway. Got some college hoops going on this weekend. Duke, Miami. Got the NBA. And we got JJ in the headlines. JJ, what's going on today?
Well, speaking of NBA, last night, Stephen Curry scored 54 points
against
the Knicks, and they lost by 4 points, buddy.
How about that?
He was 11 from 13 from three-pointers, which is absolutely insane. He was 18 of 28 from the field overall, but they lost. He scored 38 the night before and got in a fight and lost. So Golden State, they're always one of those entertaining teams that never play defense. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was suspended for 9 months and fined $900,000, which is a third of what he made in his last fight that he lost against Sergio Martinez. And it wasn't for performance-enhancing drugs, but it was for marijuana, which...
It's a little hard to believe.
Yeah, it doesn't really help you out any, but they still suspended him 9 months, fined him $900,000. Jermichael Finley is due $3 million by the Green Bay Packers this year. Well, as a roster bonus, so he'll be owed $8.25. He said he wouldn't take a pay cut and would leave the team. And LeBron James, I know you were worried about his pregame dunk contest.
I wasn't worried about it at all. He was apparently somebody's worried about it, but
he doesn't care what people say about it, and will keep enjoying his pregame.
Well, he should, of course. Also, I believe he scored 40, and then they won 12 in a row the other night.
They have won 12 in a row.
So they're just on fire.
They're nasty.
They're on fire. So, all right. Meanwhile, Mr. Golf, we got news out of the Honda Classic. A certain golfer who's been off the face of the earth, maybe back on today.
Camilo Villegas.
That's not it.
Leading the tournament. Florida Gator, 6 under. Tiger Woods, 5 shots back.
But he shot 70.
But he shot 70. But Camilo Villegas, you think about a guy that hadn't been on the leaderboard or been off been on the planet lately.
Been in the planet or the universe.
There's the guy right there. Camilo Villegas, 6 under today. And now my computer decides. There it is. Camilo Villegas. But then the names beside that: Graham DeLate, Brandon Grace, Ben Coles. I ain't got no idea who any of those people are.
Household names all.
First person I know is Sean O'Hare, tied for 5th.
There's a guy who used to be able to win some, and he's been solid for a long time out there. Has he even got his card anymore? I don't know if he has.
Sean O'Hare's got his card. Boo Weekley at 4 under, and Dustin Johnson all at 4 under. So there's some names lurking, but except for Camilo, who can you really say that's a name? We know who Camilo Villegas is because he's an ex-Gator, but he could be listed as a no name with the way he's played for the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, the fields at Honda are not that good. Never have been. But it's just the first of the Florida leg.
I'm looking to see. I'm trying to get on PGAtour.com right now.
See if our boy's playing
where
there.
Teddy's playing.
Check that out during
my computer is, working on its own time, not on the radio show time.
I see that. Other news headlines. I see that Kevin Sumlin's for a new contract.
He deserves one, doesn't he?
I'd say $3.1 million now he's making a year. So he's had kind of a nice boost there since he left Houston, hasn't he? I'd say over to.
Well, he took a team that nobody thought was going to really compete its first year. I remember we were talking about it at the beginning of the SEC season. How dare people think that Texas A&M and all those guys would compete in the PGA?
I was among them.
Would be competing in the SEC. I was too.
Or the PGA.
Yeah, or the PGA for that matter. But how dare we think they were going to compete? And here, lo and behold, they finished as what a lot of people would argue was a team that could have beat Alabama because they'd already beat Alabama. That should have been one of the teams. If it had been a national championship tournament, they may have been the odds-on favorite.
He's got the one component every coach has to have to be successful. We heard Steve Spurrier talk about it on this program a couple of weeks ago. We said what? I had some really terrific quarterbacks in Florida, right? He's got a quarterback. Who knew Johnny Football was that good? I didn't. I don't think anybody did.
No way. Remember before the Florida game, all our guests that work for ESPN, places like that, were saying, Johnny who? Manziel, they don't know how to say his name.
We didn't know how to pronounce his name.
Redshirt freshman coming in.
I'm obviously having a meltdown over my computer.
I noticed that, Tom, and just don't bang the table anymore, please.
There is one of the most confusing, the funniest headline of the day is this kid Jeremy Clements, this NASCAR driver. I'm so confused by this story about a racial slur.
Epithet.
Have you read it at all? It's the most confusing thing ever.
I have not.
I have no idea what he said.
Does the story say what he said?
No. Apparently he was talking to somebody from MTV, and he said, quote, "And while we're walking, MTV started asking me questions, and it wasn't recorded. We were just talking." so I said one remark about how it wouldn't ... And then he stopped short. He said, I can't say this part. And then he said, when you say racial remarks, it wasn't used to describe anybody or anything. So that's all I'm going to say to that. And it really wasn't. It was describing racing, and the word I used was incorrect. And I shouldn't have said it at all. It shouldn't be used at all. So I have no idea.
So he's defending something we don't even know what it's about.
Yeah. I can't. If it has something to do with racing,
if you want me to read between the lines there,
yeah, because I
would, without knowing anything about the story, if I was just listening to what you read, I'd say he probably used a term that is used a lot that people don't think there's anything wrong with it, and it's still a terrible term. They usually use the N word before the word rigging.
Oh,
and that's used a lot. NASCAR. I've been in the garage and heard that used. We'll just do that when they're talking about putting a rocker arm or something out of the way or something. So if I just was hearing that story just now and what I know about how NASCAR garages are and everything, I would venture to say he probably, when they ask him, well, how do you get the netting up when something's broke or something like that? And he
could
said
be anything.
Something like that. And then it was like, oh, what did I just say? And if he did say something like that, he was wrong for doing so.
Well, I mean, just because the cameras aren't rolling doesn't mean you're not on the record. So
that don't give you a free
I guess he learned a lesson about that. So.
Buddy Martin in the 60s and 70s didn't carry a camera around with him, but you were on the record with everybody you talked to.
Well, yeah.
He said it, and then he stopped himself and said, I can't say that.
Way.
So, you know.
Back to Ted Potter, by the way.
Yeah.
He shot one under. He's tied for 40th, which does put him a stroke ahead of Tiger Woods.
Stroke ahead. He's tied for what?
Tied for 40th. Tiger's tied.
One under?
One under's tied for 40th.
Damn.
Tiger Woods is even par.
70's even par.
70's even par.
Well, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. I thought he shot playing the pro, so Tiger didn't play that well.
No, Ted Potter shot a 69.
I forgot that course is a par 70. Yeah. All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Urban Meyer talks about his quarterbacks. Talked about him yesterday openly here. We discussed Tim Tebow, his future in the National Football League, and also the spread offense, which we're seeing more of in the NFL, different versions. And he said,
it lost the Super Bowl this year. It's made the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and as he said, you know, he ran various spreads. He ran a Chris League version, and he ran a Tim Tebow version, and they really were totally different. You'll hear that parts of that interview when we get back right here on Buddy Sports Page. And don't forget, 5:30, JJ's Corner Kick. We're learning about soccer right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com, and I think I'm leaving at 5:30. Right here on The Source.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly Are You Kidding Me rant? So join me and JJ LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and a coffee pot is always on. Call your good neighbor's State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 294-2444.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 6th for the Francis Marion Military Academy Spring Fling at the Ocala Shrine Club on Mary Camp Road. Join the first annual Swamp Fox Chili Cook-Off and Classic Car Show. Take a chance on winning one of 5 different late model vehicles for the unbelievably low price of just $20 per ticket. Only 5,000 tickets will be sold. The proceeds benefit the Francis Marion Military Academy. Businesses, organizations, and talented individuals are invited to show off their cooking skills and to compete for the best tasting chili. Go to swampfoxevents.com for the registration directions to the Shrine Club, Car Show, Chili Cook-Off. Join our sponsors in supporting the Academy. Remember, that's Saturday, April 6th for the Francis Marion Military Academy Spring Fling at the Ocala Shrine Club on Mary Camp Road. The first annual Swamp Fox Chili Cook-Off and Classic Car Show. For more information, call Charlie at 843-7790. That's 843-7790. 843-7790. Or visit swampfoxevents.com.
Here we go. Hi, this is Josh. And this is Brad. Join us every Friday at 9 here on WOCA for our show, Winging It. It's all about aviation and such things. Basically, just winging it. It's a chance for me to rebel against the orderly way of flying. We will also be giving away Discovery flights and other prizes. So tune in on Fridays here on WOCA The Source. Or watch us online at www.woca.com.
Okay, let's go home.
Hey, this is John Tesh with my wife, Connie Selica, and we're here to lend our support for the upcoming Veterans Eagle Challenge being hosted by The Source WOCA, with proceeds going to Vets Helping Vets. Please sign up today, and thank you for your support.
WOCA, Ocala.
Back on the sports page. Before we go here, Urban Meyer, people are already starting to talk college football seriously. Not even getting team previews from ESPN and CBS, whatever, but they're starting to get down to things like what SEC teams will host ESPN's game day.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, already did that.
Florida.
So, what games? What teams? What games?
LSU, Bama.
Well, I got a list in front of me. You want to see them?
Yes.
According to
Florida, LSU.
No, here you are. Here's the list. You gotta remember now, you don't get that many. Your game day didn't come to the SEC
should be
every
three.
week.
There should be 3.
Well, I guess I haven't looked at everybody's schedule that
Florida, Georgia.
All right, hang on. I'm going to give you the list that this guy says would be it. Number 1, Texas A&M versus LSU on the 19th.
September 19th.
Right off rip.
October.
Oh, October.
I can see that.
Yeah.
LSU, Texas A&M. It's a big rivalry there. Has been for years. And of course,
I could see any matchup between A&M, Bama, Florida, or LSU.
Yeah. And A&M Sunday.
Florida, I don't think is going to be so hot next year. I don't.
Next, South Carolina versus the Gators, November 16th.
Is it? And it's here.
Yes. And South Carolina, Clemson, the 30th of November.
Sort of not a SEC team, but whatever.
Well, SEC teams. Yeah. And then
Miami, Florida.
No, this is SEC. Alabama.
Clemson's not an SEC team.
No, South Carolina's an SEC team.
Yeah, but Florida
versus
Miami. Miami. Florida would be an SEC team.
Yeah, it would be, but that's not going to happen. Alabama versus LSU, and they also got possibility of Ole Miss, which, Ole Miss is going to be a better team this year now. They're going to be a lot better team. So I would think it would be a reach there. So
yeah. Not a lot of East love for sure.
No. Then LSU versus Florida, October 12th.
Yeah.
And we already mentioned Notre Dame.
Notre
finally,
Dame.
We never mentioned Notre
I'm sorry,
Dame.
we already mentioned that they would be LSU A&M.
Finally.
And finally, again, Texas A&M versus Alabama. Well, that's got to be.
Well, Johnny Football is obviously the most popular person in college football.
This is what the website SEC Football says are possibilities.
ESPN loves some Johnny Football.
Oh, yeah. They do that for sure. All right, so let's talk about college football a little more. Head football coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes on the program yesterday. And I asked him about the spread offense because, that when he first came, as he points out, he first came to Florida, they said, you can't run that in the SEC. I remember them saying, the linebackers, defensive ends are too fast. You can't run that spread offense.
I thought there was no way it would work.
Yeah. I had doubts, I'll admit. And then, of course, not only did he win it, he won the SEC and won national championships. Now they're saying, well, I can't run that. You can't run that in the NFL. That's a college offense. Well, what are we seeing? So I asked him yesterday, how about the people who said it wouldn't work in the National Football League, and how's it going so far? Let's talk about the spread offense. It's come to the National Football League finally. It seems to be working pretty well for a lot of folks. I know you don't lay awake nights thinking about this, but does that kind of somewhat vindicate some of the things that have been said about your offense that you kind of spun out of there and started out in Utah and brought to 2 national championships to Florida? You feel like that's been justified some?
But I've heard, like you maybe say, I've never heard too much, whether it be criticism or I do remember saying that, the spread offense would not work in the SEC.
Yes.
Other than that, I haven't heard much else other than, I think there's a couple different schools of thought, and I think there's a misunderstanding about certainly our spread offense. And I hear people say, well, we want to have a physical run game. And I'm thinking, good Lord, that's what we do. I mean, it might be different spread offenses out there, but you look at the 49ers, and that certainly wasn't some trick 'em offense. That was a downhill run and pound you offense that they did, creatively. So, I think it's, I really love the fact that coaches are being creative in the National Football League.
All right, Urban Meyer. Then we wonder about Tim Tebow. We all wonder about Tim Tebow, obviously. Will he ever play again? I have a lot of doubts about it, and so do a lot of people. And so I asked Urban, did you talk to him? He said, yeah, I talk to him about once a week. And I said, what is his future in the National Football League? Let's talk about Tim Tebow just for a second. Is he going to find a place in the National Football League? And, of course, the thing about Tebow is, even if he doesn't, he's got plenty on his plate for life, regardless. What's your theory about his future in the National Football League?
I think I'm like every Gator fan and every, anybody that just appreciates great people and great warriors. And there's got to be a team. It all comes down to one team believing in a human being or believing in an athlete or player. And I think I got the same feeling you do, and most everybody that watched him and grew up with him, is that all they need, let him get his foot in the door, and he's going to win games, and I think he's going to win a Super Bowl. I still believe that, and probably because I spend as much or more time with him than any other coach, and I have that much confidence in him.
You still talk to Tim?
Oh, yeah. We talk very frequently, once a week probably. It's been a couple of weeks recently, but I actually went to see him when I was up there recruiting in New Jersey, and we went at lunch, and, I really hope for him.
How are his spirits, Urban?
He's a positive guy. He wanted, he wants to win. He's a winner. He's always won. And this losing thing doesn't really sit well with him. And he wants to be on a team that's, he believes New York's committed to win. He has a lot of respect for Coach Ryan. And so, he's a guy that's pretty positive all the time. But I could see there was a little bit of worry in his face and just concern.
I guess I was surprised he said he had a lot of respect for Coach Ryan, given that they gave him a bill of goods there, and he came to the Jets and supposed to have a game plan for him. And
well, he still plays for the Jets.
Well, I know, but I mean,
what else is he going to say?
Well, I don't think Urban would say it if he didn't think it. I mean, I think Tim Tebow can say it,
right?
But if his coach says he thinks he does, that's different. I mean, Urban wouldn't say it if he didn't believe it. We might be, if Tebow said, we say, well, yeah, it's his coach. But I think Urban really thinks he has a lot of respect for him. So I think he got sold a bill of goods there, in my opinion. I think he made a mistake going to New York. That's just my opinion. And, you know, we all wonder, will he ever make it in the National Football League? There's a lot of serious doubts. And it seems to be the one team, I was talking to Woody Page last night. We were having a chat about Tebow. And we're thinking still New England's probably the best possibility for him. That's a place he can go and play H-back. Like his old Broncos coach is up there. You know, but you know, guess what? The Jets aren't going to let him go right away. If they cut him, they know that New England's going to pick him up probably. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay. On the weird side of things, we had this story yesterday about the sausage race.
Correct.
And the sausage, of course, the costume for the sausage in Milwaukee. And actually, this particular sausage is called Guido.
Yes, it's Italian sausage, buddy.
Yeah, I get that, but his name is Guido. So that's a new fact I didn't know yesterday. I'm just bringing that along because the story says that.
I'm a little offended. His name's Guido.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I didn't name him, but anyway, as I said, they had gone missing, and they found this in a bar in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. And the bartender, Jen Mahoney, said that this is funny. I'm sorry. The two men, one wearing a hoodie pulled over his face. This is like a heist.
Right.
Brought the $3,000, 7-foot-long Italian sausage costume into the bar, dropped it into a bar stool, and told her, "You did not see anything."
And rode out.
How could you not see a 7-foot sausage, right? She said the man left quickly, and she called the police, and the costume.
What a good Samaritan to bring it back.
911. I got to call police. Can I help you? Yeah, I got a missing sausage.
Guido.
Got a Guido outfit here. So anyway, Ben left in the back of the Cedarburg bar during a Milwaukee curling club during a beer tasting, and somebody got it. So we're all happy now that the Guido is home.
Did they just leave the mascot costumes laying around for anybody to
I just want to know why. I want to know why nobody's offended that they named the mascot Guido.
I don't know. Yes, I don't know.
The connotations that have is just.
Oh Lord!
It's a slur.
Of course it is.
As an Italian American, I'm not offended.
They should have called him like Mickey the Wrench or something like that.
Take it up with you. Well, yeah, it's his hometown. That's one. There's that may be not the weirdest story. It's a funny story. The weirdest story is Dennis Rodman.
This is my favorite story, maybe, of the whole year.
So Dennis Rodman
creating an international incident, I might say.
No, actually.
No. I know. He doesn't know it, but he's creating an international incident.
Ex-NBA star Dennis Rodman was hanging Thursday with North Korea's Kim Jong-un.
Don't say hanging.
That's what I'm just reading from.
That's not a good term.
No, I'm reading.
I know, but maybe you ought to change it.
I'm reading from the ESPN website.
Yeah.
Straight from there.
They got it wrong.
They were hanging out watching the Harlem Globetrotters, and then later took in sushi and drinking with him at his palace.
With who?
Set up with Kim. He did it with Kim Jong-un.
There's an HBO Vice.
And he said, we're friends for life, me and Kim Jong-un.
Right. There's an HBO series that is camera crew sort of following them around. And Dennis Rodman, I guess, tweeted last night something like, after they watched the basketball game, they went to Kim Jong-un's mansion, ate a 10-course meal, and apparently Kim Jong-un got the whole crew of the show trashed.
And they fired off a couple of rockets with nuclear heads.
I'm sure.
I'd love to party with him. But there's a photo from like early 90s of Kim Jong-un when he was a younger kid wearing a Dennis Rodman jersey.
He was already young. He was a young kid now.
Well, the thing is, the unlikely encounter, according to ESPN, makes Rodman the most high-profile American to meet Kim since the young North Korean leader took power in 2011.
Well, that's like the
How bad do we respect Korea? That shows some disrespect in Korea. The highest American we'll send you is Dennis Rodman.
Talk about a cast of Dancing with the Stars. Somebody who's a second-rate celebrity. Yeah, that's a funny story. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, we'll take a break because I got this story I want to ask you about because I want to get your opinion on it when we come.
Well, we might not have time. Like, we got big things coming.
We got a big show coming
bottom
up
of the
here.
hour.
And I'm going to tell you about what's happened to the Cub games, why you can't sing there anymore if you're a celebrity. But we got bigger fish to fry.
Well, this is pretty big, though, what the NFL is investigating.
No, it's not as big as what we got coming up next.
It's much bigger than soccer, trust me.
Not on this one.
Yeah.
But this comes first at the regular scheduled time. Coming up next, JJ's Corner Kicks. After this timeout on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Streaming live at WOCA.com. I'm leaving. The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. I want to tell you about a conversation I had recently with General Manager Pat Murray on the great family atmosphere at Country Club of Ocala.
It's a family-first club. Again, we have any number of different types of memberships, but obviously the one that attracts the greatest level of interest is our family. And the reason for that is we have a little bit of something for everybody. I mean, we obviously have a world-class golf course. We have 7 tennis courts here for all levels of tennis players. We have a junior Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a fitness center that's second to none, and we have state-of-the-art equipment in our fitness center.
Country Club of Ocala, where the facilities are all a family will ever need. For more information, call today at 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of Monday's Gator Report and Gator Talk Thursday right here on The Source.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price fixed rate allowance. Offers no combined.
Are you bored, tired, and disgusted with your old car?
Hey, this is Cupid, Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. I want you to love your car, so trade in the old car you hate.
Even if you're still making payments. Even if you owe more than it's worth.
And I'll help you drive a nicer, newer car sooner than you ever thought possible. Plus, when you use your tax refund as a down payment, you'll get a lot nicer, newer car. So you can hook up with a car you love today.
Bad credit? Cupid got you down? Our For the People credit approval specialists are world-class matchmakers. They'll connect you with the lender most likely to approve your loan.
Hate your old car?
Dump it and fall in love with a nicer, newer car today, even if you owe more than it's worth or still making payments. Plus, turn your tax refund into your down payment and save a lot on a car you'll love.
Hurry, this love fest ends when we match 57 people with a car of their dreams. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me in Ocala or Bellevue.
Online at PrestigeSaysYes.com
or call 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Call me crazy. Some people say insanity is doing the same thing over and over expecting a different result. I think insanity is 1,000 single-sided full-color business cards for $15 or packing service for 50% off. Call me crazy. Regency Printing on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Look for the yellow signs.
Hi, I'm Russ with Climate Control Mechanical Services, and I want to invite you to tune in every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. to listen for tips and answers to the many questions you may have about your air conditioning and heating for your home or business. The Climate Control Show, every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. right here on WOCA, 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Hi, this is John Sotomayor, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine, here to tell you that Ocala Magazine now has its very own radio show, and it's right here on WOCA The Source. Tune in every Friday at 9:30 a.m. when we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life. We'll be covering the latest stories that impact your world right here in Ocala. Be sure to tune in every Friday at 9:30 a.m. for Ocala Magazine Radio, right here on WOCA, 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help. We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
Just keep the music under. I was hoping to have some like.
Well, this is my go-to. This Bad Company.
What is this?
Bad Company by Bad Company.
Bad Company, Bad Company.
This is what we're talking about. This is it, huh?
Which is what soccer is. Bad Company for any American.
You know, no more talking bad.
If I had a
soccer
Coming
match.
Into the Ring song.
Yeah, that would be it.
Middle
Like the
weight
Chicago
title.
Bulls song, or you know, when we played for Bangalore. You singing that? I'll introduce you, okay?
Six guns.
You sing too, huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on the program, your long-awaited segment from one of the world's greatest experts on soccer, the guy who can tell you everything you want to know about the game of football, as they call it in Europe. Now it's time for JJ LaSalva.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. This is our new bit on the show. It's called Corner Kick, Tom.
Dear
Get
God.
into it. All right, I'm basically, for most Americans, they're not very soccer savvy people, so I'm going to try to break it down, get on y'all's level.
So it's like Soccer 101 for us.
Yes, when I say y'all, I mean listeners and both of y'all.
All right. Tell me why should I watch soccer?
Why you should watch it? It's a beautiful game. And it really is. And you might look at the scoreline and think 2-1, 1-0, even 0-0. That's awful. You know, I want to see goals. I want to see points, some offense. But, you know, buddy, sometimes those pitching duels in baseball are beautiful games to watch.
So like old-time SEC football.
Sometimes those 6-9 overtime LSU Alabama games
they're good.
are fun to watch.
That was horrible football.
Okay. Well, soccer's a beautiful game, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year. You know, more generations of kids are growing up playing soccer in America. They're putting it more on TV. ESPN's actually showing English Premier League games.
Do people watch it in Ocala?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I wonder if people would call us if they watch soccer.
Gary Gregory
I doubt
does.
Ocala is a massive soccer. Has a massive.
No, you know,
soccer
actually,
following.
the Ocala Stampede, which is a professional soccer team here in town.
Correct.
Actually had quite the turnout. Had over,
See, there you go.
1,500 people would show up for their home games.
So they'll enjoy this segment. All right.
Okay, this is his segment. Let's let him talk.
Well, it's over now. We've done it for like 2.5 minutes. We should move on.
Next time he has a segment on golf,
Right.
you're allowed to harass him all during the thing.
Yeah, but people actually like golf.
Just turn his mic off and go ahead.
All right. So in soccer, everybody knows about the World Cup. Those are international teams, buddy. That's the best of the best from different clubs that are made up of, it's like baseball clubs.
All-star teams.
It's like countries. It's like in basketball, the Olympics.
Wait. You don't need to be explaining soccer, okay? That's what you
Well,
go.
let's move it along.
That's
Take it
all right.
That Hakalowski. I'll take care of this part
He's
of the
not
show.
explaining it well.
JJ,
Okay, so
JJ, turn his mic.
every
off. Just go ahead and turn it
country,
off.
has soccer leagues. In England, it's called the Premier League, and those are the best teams in England. And out of the best players in those leagues, say you're from England, you play on Manchester United, you would be on the England team. And those are the World Cup teams. Those are the team that goes to the Euros like that. But most of the time, when you're watching soccer, you're watching club football. And that's the Manchester Uniteds and the Liverpools, the big clubs you've heard of. So let's start right there, buddy.
All right. I know Manchester
The
is
English
about
Premier
the most
League.
valuable franchise around.
The English Premier League is probably the most popular league in America that we follow because, let's face it, they're English. We can still sort of relate to them on some level, even though they're from England. Manchester United and Liverpool are by far the biggest clubs when it comes to name recognition. Arsenal's up there. Manchester City now, Chelsea. But Manchester United is in first place this year. Basically, for a win, you get 3 points. For a loss, you get 0 points. And for a draw, which, yes, they do have draws, games end tied over there, you get 1 point.
Okay.
So, they play, 30-some-odd games, 40 games over the season between all 20 of the teams. You play each team a couple times. Right now, Manchester United's in first. Manchester City, who won last year, is in second. Around Europe, there's massive leagues. Like the Premier League is in England. In Germany, it's called the Bundesliga. I don't know what that translates to, but it's probably soccer league. Italy, they have one.
I think it means soccer stinks, but go ahead.
Yeah. Every single country has their own league. And have you ever heard of Real Madrid?
Yes, I have.
Barcelona.
Yes.
All right, that's in Spain.
Of course I have.
All right, Barcelona is supposedly the best team in the world. If you think about 3 names in soccer, right now it would probably be Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, who plays for Real Madrid, and maybe Wayne Rooney. Have you ever heard of him, buddy?
Just the name I've read it.
He plays for Manchester United. He's English. So that's why we know him.
So, yeah.
But there's some great players. There's another great player called Neymar. He's from Brazil.
Well, like the ones that have one name.
They only have one name. The Robinhos, Ronaldinhos, Peles, exactly. This one's named Neymar. And he's 19. He plays for Santos.
Is he kin to Neymar that played shortstop for the Red Sox?
Nomar.
Oh, that's Nomar.
And by the way, see the guy has the statue of himself? There's somebody else.
That's Mario Balotelli.
Okay.
He
22, 21, whatever.
Is the most interesting man in the world, buddy. He's.
Okay.
I thought that was Mark Emery.
No, Mario Balotelli plays for AC Milan, and he used to play in England for Manchester City up till a month ago. But he's Italian, but he's black. He was born in Italy. He's Ugandan, and he's just kind of crazy young kid that dates all these, hot actresses and stuff, and gets racially abused because over there was no civil rights movement.
Right.
These black players.
The hooligans get to them.
Let me ask you this.
These black players still get abused racially.
We got 1 minute on the soccer.
Who are the
sector.
Americans that play over there?
There's some guys, Clint Dempsey.
But anybody we've heard of?
Probably not.
Well, then who cares about the sport of soccer? Let's move on. Okay.
Well, I guess that's the end of the segment.
Finally, you're going to tell us in 30 seconds why we should watch soccer.
There's no Americans, so why should we
watch? You should watch soccer? Because I just said it's a beautiful game. I mean,
give me something besides that.
All right, the build up to the scoring is the best part. You're always sort of on the edge of your seat.
It takes
3
hours
if you really
to get a goal.
realize to watch the game and to realize what's going on during the game, little things make a hell of a difference.
So what JJ is saying, buddy,
if you actually watch the game, you'll enjoy the little things like NASCAR.
The fluidness of the game, it's more like the art of dancing. It's the movement in soccer, if you watch the whole field, is very good.
All right, it's getting scary.
But the score is 0-0, which makes it boring.
Play your music. Let's go. Tom's starting to get to make.
So I'm playing music now.
Well, good. You're going to go out, aren't you? Good. That's been the Corner Kick with JJ and Salva right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, home of the Corner Kick.
We'll break it down in depth more and more.
All right.
That was just,
a little informative, a little background.
You know what?
And when the World Cup goes, you can keep us up to date.
That's
a little bit.
8 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, well, you have to go. You'll have to learn about it someplace else because one of these days you're probably your neighbors and your friends will be watching soccer, and you'll know nothing.
Buddy,
that's what I'm saying.
Buddy,
more and more American homes have these soccer.
Can I tell you
channels.
this? About every 12 or 15 years, you get people to say, "Ooh, more and more people are starting to watch soccer."
Different.
It's not different. It's the same every 15 years. It's never going to catch on here until Americans get good enough to be the premier players. We're arrogant as Americans.
Or everybody in the NFL dies from concussion.
We're arrogant as Americans. No, to be honest, Americans are arrogant by nature when it comes to sports. And if we're not represented, we don't think it matters.
Well, soccer is getting obviously popular for some reason, so we'll have to stop and think about it.
Yeah, socialism in this country. Democrats.
That's also getting acceptable.
All right, I've had enough of Tom. Let's take a break. We'll take a break, come back, we'll join the Franz Beard next right here on the program called The Voice of Ocala Billy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Streaming live at WOCA.com. And, would a penalty kick kill you? The Source.
Hi, I'm Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness, Ocala's premier small group and personal training fitness studio. Did you know you can achieve all your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight, getting fit, or training for a personal best, all with no membership fees? Have you ever been embarrassed or intimidated at a big gym because you're not a Greek god or a size 0 supermodel? Have you ever felt like your gym would rather you not even show up? At KMF, we have a team approach that focuses on small classes and personal training, and you'll feel like family, not just another number. No more boring treadmills or endless reps. Our classes are fun, energetic, and get you the results you want. And I should know, with the help of our great trainers, I lost over 100 pounds in 8 jean sizes, and I did it using no heavy equipment and no magic pills, just fun and effective workouts. And yes, I did say fun. Come join us at KMF. Visit our website at kmfocala.com or like us on Facebook. Again, that was kmfocala.com.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Maureen Malloy Ferguson, the Senior Policy Advisor for the Catholic Association. She's coming on to speak to us about the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI.
Open for debate, where you get to choose the topic.
And then Winging It with your hosts Brad Borsma and Josh Verdunk. They come in to answer your questions about what it takes to become a pilot from the Ocala Aviation Flight School.
John Sotomayor will be on the air with Ocala Magazine Radio, and his guest, State Representative Dennis Baxley and Mike Sizemore.
And then Mary Somerset will be with us. She's written a book called Letting Go for Fun and Profit, How Advances in Neuroscience Inspire Change.
Michael Jones is a professional animator whose credits include Hanna-Barbera, Filmation, Warner Brothers, Marvel Productions. He'll be on the air speaking about the new DVD series for children titled Theo, Teaching Children God's Word.
And then the Chris McKay Show, talking about good health and wellness from A to Z and everything in between. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
This is Don with ABC Frederick's Appliance. Here's my daughter, Lena.
And hey, everybody, it's Lena. You need to come down to ABC Frederick's Appliance on County Road 25, just over the railroad tracks in Bellevue, where you are treated right with the right products, like Whirlpool, Maytag, Crosley, and Speed Queen. These are the new ones. Don't forget, we also carry used appliances that we warranty. ABC Frederick's Appliance does repairs, too. Call us at 629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance on County Road 25, just over the railroad tracks in Bellevue. It's at 629-5181.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The number of complaints against debt collectors has jumped 56%. They're using scare tactics now to try to get you to pay up. We are now spending more than 53 billion minutes on Facebook every month. That works out to roughly 101,000 years. When a woman feels comfortable with a man, she'll tilt her head in any direction, right, left. If your crush does this, it's a sign that she's interested in getting to know you better.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Oh no, I said too much. I set it up. Consider this. Consider
right, welcome back to the program. We're joined now by Franz Beard in Gainesville, and we're going to talk college basketball. And Franz, we're just watching a segment in between the break a moment ago about the topsy-turvy whirl of college basketball. Michigan getting knocked off last night by unranked Penn State. And I believe there was a stat in there that said 18 times this year the top 5 have been knocked off by unranked teams.
Oh yeah,
and it's a crazy, and now puts Florida back with a chance of getting a 2 or 1 seed. Right now, they're definitely not a 1 seed. Last night, when they projected on the bracketology, they were not even a 2 seed. So, it's just a way of college basketball. I haven't figured this one out. I've been trying to think, why are so many teams, top-ranked teams, getting beat by second-tier teams? And it's either that they're not very good to begin with, or maybe they're better. Maybe the parity is setting in. What's the story on that?
Combination of two things. It's a combination of parity and the fact that you don't have a lot of teams that are loaded up with veterans. You have a lot of, because so many guys go early and things like that, you don't have a lot of veteran teams out there. This is why Florida is a dangerous team if they've got everybody healthy, because if they've got everybody healthy, 7 of their 8 top guys are 3-year veterans or better. So the Gators are a real threat long term if they've got everybody healthy. But again, it comes back to that one phrase there, and that seems the catchphrase of the year: if everybody's healthy, because this has been a season, as you know, buddy, that getting people healthy has been a real problem, and keeping them healthy has been a bigger one.
It has. There's some disappointments for me, though, in some of the players that I know everybody can't play great all the time, especially when the bench is not that deep. Kenny Boynton has really struggled this year. He can't throw it in the ocean. He's not even necessarily handling the ball that well and passing the basketball as good as he was when the season started. We know Murphy's hot and cold. I will say Patrick Young picked up his game some the other night. But in all, I mean, it didn't do we just seem to have guys disappearing? You know what I mean? Is that me? Or
you can attribute a lot of that, buddy, to the fact that they've been playing shorthanded. They've been playing guys extended minutes, et cetera, like that. The difference between an 8-man rotation and a 6-man rotation doesn't sound like that much on paper, but in reality it is. That extra 2 or 3 minutes a game that having the extra 2 guys get you is a real difference maker in the last 5 to 8 minutes of the games. And instead of being able to have the legs to either mount a strong run in the last 5 to 8 minutes of a game, or instead of being able to come back, the Gators don't have the legs for it. And this is why it's going to be interesting, because they're going to have the full complement of players in these last 3 games. But how much are the 3 guys going to be able to contribute?
Well, it's disconcerting when I see a team get off the bus in Knoxville, as I did, and see them walking into the arena, and the first half starts out and they take the lead. And I said, I know exactly what's going to happen to this team. They're going to get ahead, and they're going to start falling behind. They're going to lose this basketball game. It was almost like there was this paradigm for this team. They just can't seem to hold second half leads. In this case, they didn't have one, but maybe that is tiredness. Maybe that is lack of good legs. But they're just not a good road team at all.
Well, I'll give you a good example about the ball game Tuesday night in Knoxville. If they've got Yeget, for example, or if they've got Frazier, for example, now they've got now they can play Frazier and Prather out on McCray, who is 6'6". Now Wilbekin at 6'1" could not, had a real problem, because McCray could just go over the top on him. But if you can go back to the fact that if you got Prather in there, who's 6'6", and Frazier, who's 6'5", now all of a sudden you can match up better out on the perimeter. They didn't have that on the perimeter. and they got worn out on the perimeter. And that's one of the things that I was warning you about when we talked on Monday. I said they can't let McCray get off, and McCray got off, obviously.
He did get off, for sure.
And it changes everything. Now, having those extra guys in there gives them a chance. They can now do better rotations. They can now have they can now be the matchup nightmare instead of the other team being the matchup nightmare for them.
No.
And it's going to be good to have them back. But again, how much are they going to be able to contribute because they've all missed time? I think Frazier won't be a problem, but Frazier missed a couple ball games and really couldn't practice for a week. Uget hasn't been able to do much except do some runarounds and stuff like that. So
they're all coming back. They just got to get in the flow of things a little bit there and then get some action. All right, we got just about 30 seconds here. Miami Duke this weekend. Who do you like and why?
I like Duke at home. It's senior day at Duke. They don't lose too many of those. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami wins, but I do like Duke in that game.
Okay. You take the Dukies then. All right.
I'll take
Gators this weekend, right? What's the
I'll
time?
take the Gators this weekend. I'll take Duke this weekend as well. I take Arkansas to beat Kentucky at home.
All right. I hear I'm running to Vegas right now.
Good idea if you do.
Thank you, Franz. Take care. Franz Beard joins us every Monday and Thursday on the Gator Report.